So, all right, so let's get into today's topic: how to build a highly lucrative personal brand from scratch. So, there's 5 things that I've noticed throughout my research that that's helped people in our industry build a personal brand to where we can start commanding higher fees, to where we can start attracting more business, to where we can start getting more followers, to just help us level up. Like, these are the things that you want to constantly and always be thinking about taking to the next level. And these 5 things, I'm always looking at leveling up, right? So these are 5 things. So make sure you write these down. Number 1, to building a personal brand is you want to expose your expertise. Expose your expertise. So that's exactly what it looks like. Bernie is a comedian. In order for the world to see who you are and the world to follow you, they got to see you being funny, right? If you're a speaker, if you sell real estate or mobile homes, whatever you do, if you want to attract people to you, attract clients to you, you got to show the world what you're doing. But you want to be able to show your expertise. So what does that look like? Especially in our industry, that looks like speaking, right? And even Bernie has an element of motivation and encouragement that he wants to do, and inspiration too, right? So you want to show people your speaking abilities. So that means that you should be having videos and speaking. Why? Because when people see you speaking, that gives you authority, that gives you credibility when people see you speaking. And not only just speaking DTC, which DTC is direct to camera, as you see, right? You holding up an iPhone, you have a video up, and your camera, you're talking directly into the video. Or you want to show people speaking, you want to show yourself that you're speaking in front of crowds, right? Whether it's free or whether it's paid, people don't know anyway. But when people see that, they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I could hire him, or I could hire her to talk to my audience, talk to my university, talk to my group of women, right? When people see that. So and so you want to show that. Same thing for you, Bernie. I know sometimes comedians are a little apprehensive to showing them on stage because they don't want other people to steal their jokes or certain things like that. But if you decide to ever, go that route of being a comedian on stage, you want to show that you being funny in front of people, so that's the same thing. So that's direct the camera, and that's also, and people have to see that. So you talk about different topics. So right now, like if you have like whatever your topic is, I recommend listing out at least 50 different topics within whatever your niche is, and have different areas that you talk about, right? Different things that you talk about. I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you exactly, and everything that I'm training you about. These are things that I've learned. These are things that I'm doing right now. Number 2 is have a website. When you're building a brand, when you're trying to build a lucrative brand from scratch, you need a website. So you need a website because that tells people that you're serious, especially if you're looking at speaking at universities, you're looking at speaking at nonprofits. You're looking at speaking to corporate, wherever you're going. One of the first things that they're going to do when you speak to somebody is they're going to want to look you up. And there's 2 things that they're going to look up. They're going to look at your social media, and they're going to look at your website. Make sense? So you want to make sure that you have both of those things up to par. Number 3 is everything looks quality. You need quality. That's number 3, quality. Everything must look quality. And that's crucial, especially in today's day and age. You got to have that quality, because now that people are looking at you, they base how serious you are, they base how professional you are on the quality of your things, the quality of your page, the quality of your YouTube, the quality of your website. They want to see it. If you got videos on your Instagram and it's looking all shuffled and it's looking all blurry and they can't hear you, they say this person is not serious. When they say this person is not serious, they don't invest time watching you, and they definitely not going to invest money in you. Make sense? So we got to make sure that everything that we do is quality. Now, it's not going to start off the best quality, because you start where you're at and you always level up, right? There was a point in time I would look at ET videos like, oh, I need my editing just like ET's. And I would beat myself up that my videos don't look like ET. But at the end of the day, he didn't even start there. right? A lot of times we compare ourselves to where people are at, but we never think about where they started at. Right. So, all right. So when he says, do you all have personal information on your business, social media? Like, yes. And I would encourage you do that. Don't saturate it, but I would encourage you do that because, we just had a conversation. That's why Bernie over there smiling. We just had a conversation about, you also want to be able to show people that you are human too, right? People like that human element to it, right? I'm gonna show you something real quick. That's a good question, Winnie, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly why, right? Because I put out videos. Can y'all see y'all can see it, right? All right, so if you look at my page, right? So if you look at my page, I do everything from quotes, right? I just shouted out my wife, happy birthday on there, right? I showed different things, but I put personal stuff on there too, because people like to see if you're human, but you want to know what the funny part is, Wenice, right? I'm gonna show you something real interesting. Let me see if I can get, I can't show my business insights on here. I don't think I could show my business. Yeah, I don't think I could show my business insights. So, but if I was to show you what my insights are, some of my highest ranking photos and videos are of me and my wife, right? So like, let me just show you one of the last ones, right? So I just posted this one, right? This is like 400. This got like 430, right? It's one of my highest ranking ones, right? Sometimes when I post with different top influencers, I get good responses, right? As me and Eid, I got a great response. But usually when I post with me and my wife, those typically get the best responses, right? That's like 189. So yes, you want to post that. People want to see that you're a real person. Number 4, credibility is a must. Credibility is a must. So you want to start showing people that you are credible when it comes to building a personal brand. So that means that, what are some ways that you can do that? You can show credibility of maybe of clients that you have or clients that you talk to. Part of the reason why I post videos with me and E, or my last picture was me and CJ, me and Jay Shetty. A lot of times I post those because that also helps build credibility. When I'm on the phone and I'm talking to somebody, you're like, oh, yo, E, oh, I saw you with this person, you at this conference, you doing this, you doing that. And that help adds to the credibility, right? Bernie, as you're doing collaborations with other comedians, they'd be like, oh, you just did a video with Shiggy. Oh, you got, not even if you did a video, oh, you just got shouted out by him, right? You know what I'm saying? Like E.T., Lewis Howes, they like my pictures all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that adds to the credibility, because as other people are looking, like, oh wow, like Lewis Howes liking his stuff, E.T. liking his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like different people. So that adds to your credibility. But it can be that. What else adds to your credibility? It could be degrees can add to your credibility. You have a master's, you have a college degree, you have a PhD. If you have any licenses, that can also add to your credibility. Do you have what else can add? You talking in front of crowds. Remember I told you could do direct to camera, but the reason I show me talking in front of crowds is because that adds to credibility. Oh wow, he's talking in front of a group of people. You know what I'm saying? And that adds to credibility. He must know if people are actually sitting there and they're not throwing tomatoes at him, he must be pretty good, right? You know what I'm saying? They're not chasing him out of there. They're not booing. He must be doing pretty good. So all of that. So start thinking about ways that you can show credibility on you. Sometimes if you follow my stories, I post, you'll see me repost something that somebody posted about me. So like sometimes people share my videos, so I'll repost that. Oh wow, people are sharing his videos. This must be a good video. I'll screenshot either specific comments, or if I get an email, or if somebody says something, Terrell, this video really touched me. You really helped me. Thank you for that piece of advice that you gave me. I'll screenshot it and I'll share it either my stories, or I'll do it on my page, right? And so all of this is continuously showing credibility. And as you do that, your brand is going to level up. And people going to find, don't think that people are not watching, even if they don't like it. Don't get too caught up in all the likes and the video watches, because there's people that I talk to that been following me, for at least over a year since I've had my Instagram, and they say, yo, I've been following you, I've been watching your videos, I see that this person, I see you doing that, doing this, that, and the third. Can you help me? Can you teach me? So you want to continuously sow these things.